What is happening, Torontonian, Raptonian, Fantonians? My gosh, the Raptors pull out a victory against the very sad. I wanted to fly around my office here like Joel Embiid did in the playoffs, if you remember, like an airplane that he was soaring to new heights. And now diving to new depths, new lows, new bottom of the barrel. Look at the end of that game. Oh, it was so sad. He had it in his hands. He looked up even at the basket. He was so wide open. They were like, Joel, we couldn't care less. Attempt a three. You're so lame. You've been bricking them all day, clanking them off the front of the rim. Go for it, bro. Go for it. And then he still tries to drive, and Grady Dick somehow steals the ball away from him. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful ending to a game. Very confusing, the city of Philadelphia. I mean, they pull off a nice victory in a different sport on the weekend. And then, they have the process, which has just been the most brutal, devastating, debilitating, handcuffing. I don't know what you want to call it. I saw some Stephen A comments where he's saying Ben Simmons cost them prime Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid is lame. Joel Embiid is a wuss. He doesn't try hard enough. Obviously the guy's got talent. He's also got some genetics that a lot of us would love to have been given. We could have been, I would have been a lot bigger force in the paint in my years of playing as a youth, than being whatever that guy was. Was I even 5'6" by then? 5'4"? I don't even know. Anyway, obviously, uh, boo-hoo on me. Joel, though, you're not taking advantage of the size you got. You're not taking advantage of that girth, that body you've got. I mean, wow. Anyway, just unbelievably sad and unbelievable that the Raptors held Maxi. I mean, defense, has got us this string of wins that we had a couple weeks ago. Taking a few beatings. Actually, things have been so crazy busy. I didn't even get to see the Rockets game, not because of the Super Bowl, because I had to go pick up my son at the airport, who flies in on Sunday of the Super Bowl. God knows. Anyways, I wasn't involved in booking that, but had to go. So I actually missed the Super Bowl and the Raptor game. I was at the Raptors Memphis the Grizzly game. It was retro night. They were wearing the Vancouver Grizzly jerseys. So sad that greedy ownership moved that team because Vancouver, they could have supported it. They would have done well. Uh, but yeah, so my point is defense had pulled that's sort of 8 of 10 together. I think we've lost the last three, but actually I can sort of pull that up semi quickly here. If you just give me like 3 more seconds, man. Come on, 3 more seconds. It's loading up. Yeah, we had 4 in a row. We lost to the Knicks too. I forgot about that. So yeah, that's because the game I went to was practically scheduled as a loss. I mean, we're coming off a back-to-back where we were at the Knicks, and then actually I'm lying. We were not at the Knicks, and the Knicks were at Toronto, and then we had the Grizzlies the next night. Okay, yeah, then OKC. Of course, we got destroyed in that one. I think in my mind I had that just as a loss, and then not watching the Rocket game is probably where I lost one of those four games in the mix there. But anyways, just wanted to confirm that. But yeah, defense is obviously what's causing these victories. And tonight we hold Tyrese Maxey, who like I'm a big Tyrese Maxey fan as much as I don't love George Paul. And actually, what's with I know I'm all over the place, but what is with George Paul changing his jersey number? This guy has been PG, and he's Paul George. Obviously, I'm uh, I'm going on the Skip Bayless George Paul thing when he plays poorly, and he played pretty poorly tonight. But how does this guy change his number? Isn't he PG 13? I thought that was his whole thing. Paul George 13. Now he's PG 8. I don't even know what that means. Is it supposed to be 18 plus? He's getting R rated or something. But he's PG. PG 8? There's nothing. I don't know. I can't think of anything that makes any sense there. PG 8. Anyway, maybe there's some other reason. Maybe a family member loved the number 8. I don't know. But yeah, quickly going through just some highlights of the stat sheet because man, the bench sucked it for us on this one. Boucher had been playing great, and I'm a Battle supporter as well. He had 1 3, but that was it. 1 of 3 from three. Boucher was 0 for 3 from three with no points. And then Orlando Robinson actually did a couple of things. The Chomche, it's interesting to see him out there. Uh, Jamal Shed, 6, and Jacoby Walter actually hit a very timely three that was super important. But overall, we're looking at bench points of what, 10, 13, 18 points total coming off the bench? Yikes. No wonder they kept saying that the 76ers bench like tripled or doubled our output. But man, the starters are who killed it for us tonight. And I don't know, funny Mogbo getting the start, but I guess he's going to be a backup center eventually for us. But yeah, he had 4. But Scotty Barnes is the story of tonight. I mean, this guy killed it, 33, which is good to see because I've been a little critical of his too many 3-pointers. Pardon me, too many 3-point attempts. He only did 2 tonight, attempted 2, made 1. So he was 50% from 3. That's great. Next, pardon me, I need a cough button. 10 of 16 from field goals. Pretty efficient. Like, not just volume numbers here. He was a plus 10 on the plus minus. Guy had 2 blocks, 3 assists, 10 rebounds. Pretty nice game for Mr. Barnes. And good to see, like I said, I want that efficiency to get back to where it had been last year. That seems to be the criticism. And then we've got Emmanuel quickly killing it with 23 of his own. Grady Dick, 17. Agbaji, 11. And, yeah, Mogbo, as I said, 4. So, no RJ, no Yakapurtle, which I don't know. I want to go through maybe my top 5 scores. I want to talk about the Raptors signing um, as well, but maybe let's just go through the top 5 points and then we can wrap it up there and we'll talk in depth maybe. But I'm going to probably touch on it quickly because I've already got the lineups. I'm curious what you guys think the lineups are going to be, but let's just go through quick top 5 plays of this game that we just watched. Number 5, I got to say defense overall is holding Tyrese Maxey to 5 points. I mean, this guy was the second highest average point getter in the league the last few weeks, second only to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and suddenly we hold him to 5, and he only had a couple free throws and then that 3 at the end, I think. So really 1 field goal. It's not even possible. I don't want to always keep checking the stats here, but let me check this. Yeah, he was 1 of 9. I thought he had a free throw though. How did he get 5 and a 3? Very confusing what they're doing here on the scoring. They're saying he was 2 for 2 from free throws. Oh, stupid me, because of course the 3-point attempt counts as a field goal. Sorry, I'm a dumbass. So yeah, he was 1 of 7 from 3, but 1 of 9 overall attempts. So wow, 7 threes, only 2 shots that weren't threes. But anyway, held that guy to 5. That's my number 5 play of the game. Number 4, Chomche grabbing Joel Embiid's pass right out of the air. I hope you guys saw that one. If not, go back and watch the replay. It'll be on the highlights for sure. He just grabbed it right out of the air. Chomche is the youngest player in the league, and he ended up grabbing the ball. Joel Embiid, kind of held on, and he took him to the ground, wrestled it, kind of looked like he landed on it. I hope he didn't hurt his rib. You could see him going, oh. But yeah, took Joel Embiid to the ground, not afraid. That's the kind of effort that I want to see. Unfortunately, the Raptors did lose the jump ball. He had to jump ball against Joel Embiid, and he doesn't quite have the size. I don't know if he's going to grow another inch or not, but Joel is just, big dude. So yeah, we lost the jump ball, but oh well. Anyway, like I said, effort, man. The rest of the team sees that. The bench was hyped. It was a good play. Number 3, Robinson. Robinson, who I've been critical of too. This guy, again, they seem to be trying to run some plays with them. Obviously, keeping people in that mindset for when Jakob comes back. You don't want to be abandoning some of those plays to the big, especially a nice screener roll. So they did this was more like a pick and roll, I guess. They had Robinson pick and then just roll to the basket. I believe it was Scotty Barnes that got him on this one. I think Emmanuel quickly found him on the next play, but the one I'm talking about was a Scotty Barnes pass, and he sort of like took it. It was almost like a football play. He took it while he was still, heading towards the basket, and he dunked it with authority. And again, I put that one on here just because I like those are the little moments that I think you start to see, especially developing players or guys, they're young, they're on like 10-day contracts. Now he's got an actual contract, I think a 2-way. But still, he's not hoping that he's got to prove himself every single second that he's out there. But a dunk like that, I think, lifts the spirit and gives them some positive, feedback that they're doing some stuff right and some confidence for the next play. So those other times, because there were a couple of plays where Shed, was feeding it into him and he was fumbling the ball and dropping it, and You don't want to see that because as we start to try and move up the food chain, the difference is going to be in those few little plays here and there that, whether we score or not. Um, so yeah, that was a great play by Robinson. Also, the reason I threw that play in here actually is I just saw my little note. It made the score 76-76. And yes, I have some OCD, but come on, how could you be watching a game with the 76ers and at one point in this game the score was 76-76? That is absolutely 100% the truth. And then actually it was pretty exciting. It was a three-pointer. I think Grady Dick maybe hit a three to make it 79-76. But anyway, that's my third best play of the game. Number two, Emmanuel quickly. He hit a three from deep, and Raptors were having a little drought. It was 56-55 for the 76ers. And yeah, Raptors, we were in one of those droughts. That's why hopefully Ingram, Mr. Brandon Ingram, you can bring some scoring with authority to the team, or even just maybe pick up the slack when the starters are drowning out. But anyway, yeah. So he made it 58-56 from deep, and it was good timing. It was good timing. It was feeling like if we didn't score sometime soon, they were going to maybe try and get some momentum, and then we would have been toast. And again, before I don't forget to mention how nice is it to beat Nick Nurse. Also, I mean, oh my God, Kyle Lowry sitting on the bench. It was so great. Nick Nurse, I know you're still a subscriber to this channel, so my best play of the game was Grady Dick, 99-96. He had a three-pointer sort of towards the end there. It was great that he also stole the ball in that last play where Joel Embiid kind of wimped out. I mean, Joel Embiid really is the reason they lost this game. Not that I'm saying he should have probably drained that three to tie it. Who knows what happens in overtime? The Raptors were playing pretty good. I think we could have kept it going and maybe pulled out a victory. But yeah, overall, wow, what a fantastic game. Funny, the score, 106-103. They did say for a second that last second little two-pointer at the rim was like just a little rebound that he got counted. So I thought it was 106-105, but now it looks like they're taking that away and it's 106-103. Anyway, Raptors win. If you want to cut off the video here, thank you for watching this far, but I'm going to keep blabbing just for a second about I want to tease about this trade because I'm curious. I really am. Please, I need some comments, guys. If you could help me, here's something good to comment on. What the heck do you see the starting lineup as when Brandon Ingram makes his Raptors debut? I believe, but then I was just questioning myself as I was looking at this. This is partly why I can't help getting to it. I believe that the starting lineup will be Mr. Jakob at center, and I have these in no particular order. I probably went from the big man down to the small position just because I don't know why in my brain. It's easier to sort it out that way, I think. Jakob center. I got Brandon Ingram coming in as the power forward. I don't know why, too, because he's not listed necessarily taller than Scotty Barnes, although I think of him as being taller than Scotty Barnes, probably just because he's skinny. He's got that Chris Boucher, Kevin Durant sort of slim Reaper sort of look to him, so he looks taller. But anyway, I got Brandon Ingram at the power forward. I don't really care if he is in the small forward and Scotty Barnes plays power forward. Those two can both just be forwards. And then I've got Mr. Barrett, RJ as the shooting guard, and Emmanuel quickly as our point guard, which gives us as the backup crew. I guess Mogbo is coming off to be center. Boucher, I would imagine. Hopefully, he continues to get some minutes because we seem to have found a spot for him, and it looks like we didn't trade him. So hopefully, we'll re-sign him and have him on here for next year as well. So Boucher is the power forward. This is where we got a little bit of a backlog, and this is where I was starting to question myself. Like, there's a lot of offense on the floor in our starters. Do we take Agbaji and maybe switch him out for RJ Barrett for some added defense because he can still score? He's not totally useless. He's doing plus 40 something from the corners on threes. But then maybe you have a more creatability from RJ on coming off the bench with the second lineup. I don't know. This might be crazy. But anyway, so I'm saying Mogbo center, Boucher power forward. I've got Walter or Agbaji as the small forward. Sadly, Battle, as much as I'd love to see this guy get more minutes, he's going to be a fringe dude because we got Grady Dick also coming off the bench and Jamal Shed. So Yeah, that's the lineup I've got. I've got, and I still am doing it like we've got, the sort of the bench mob like we did back when Dwayne Casey was coaching. So I'm having five guys go off and five guys come on, even though obviously it doesn't quite happen that way. They like to have Scotty kind of linger and then he sticks around a little bit extra in the third quarter for a little bit with that second unit as well. I guess they do rest him eventually, but I don't know if they kind of stagger the way they roll everybody out. So yeah, anyway, I'm saying Pirtle center, Ingram power forward, Scotty Barnes small forward, even though, like I said, totally switchable there. RJ Barrett is a shooting guard. I've got Quickly as the point guard. I've got Mogbo, Boucher, Walter, Dick, and Shed as my bench guys. I don't know how Agbaji. I mean, he's got to get in there sometimes, doesn't he? Maybe he and Boucher could rotate out, or maybe they go small and Mogbo gets less minutes, and for a little bit, Agbaji's out there for some defense and threes. I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna do a deeper dive on the lineup, the roster as we get closer to Brandon Ingram actually playing. There's another thing out there to come up with a nickname for this guy. I got to come up with one. I don't know if you guys have any ideas or any even like sort of hints or something to give me some direction. Be cool to come up with a proper nickname for Brandon Ingram as well because they're calling him the Notorious BI3. I don't know. That seems pretty lame. But anyway, I'm out. Thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate it. Please, please, please just give me some comments, share this with a friend, like, subscribe, Um, it really does sort of help me out. And it puts my video over on more people so that we can actually grow this channel to beyond 70 subscribers. Thank you. Oh, Mr. Beast for president, of course.